Hi guys. One more video today. I have a dear friend who cannot meditate. Fix the camera again. She tries, bless her heart, but she just can't seem to do it. So I wanted to make a video for those of you who cannot meditate. You just can't do it. I wanted to share a few things with you and see if it doesn't help. So the first one is, do you remember being a kid and you'd play whatever game you were playing with, how many ever people you were playing it with, or even by yourself, and you'd say, so I'm the mom and I'm doing this, and then you're going to do that because I'm the mom and you're the daughter? Do you remember pretending like that? Do you remember thinking, I can be anything I want, I can do anything I want, because that is meditation. Pretend. They have a saying, fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Sit down, close your eyes, focus. Let your mind run wild if that's what it chooses to do, but you're taking that time and you're doing it. You're practicing. And it takes practice. For some people, it takes a lot of practice. So pretend you're meditating, just like when you were a kid. So I'm going to sit down and I'm meditating and everything's really quiet so I can concentrate, and I'm going to reach the stars tonight. Pretend. Fake it till you make it. Pretend you're meditating every single day, preferably at the same time every single day. So your body will get used to it. And eventually you're going to find yourself outside yourself. You really are. I promise. Just keep doing it. So that's one. Pretend. Fake it till you make it. The next one is visualize meditating. Take 3 or 4 minutes a night and visualize yourself in the most blissful place, sitting in the most blissful pose on the most gorgeous pillow, and imagine, see it, feel it. What is it like? What's that like to meditate? Do that. Just do it 2 or 3 minutes a night. I guarantee you, within no time at all, you will be meditating. That alone is going to bring you to meditating. You need a focus when you meditate. You've got to have some kind of focus to get started. Eventually, you want to empty your mind. You want to have no thought whatsoever. You want to push everything away. But in the beginning, when we're just learning how to sit still that long, we need to focus on something. So focus on something that's going to bring you closer to the goal, which is exiting the body through the mind. That is the goal of meditations. Coming closer to things, feeling more and being out there and being more spiritual than you are being, than you are physical. And all that stuff will come with practice. All that stuff will come with visualizing. Just pretend you're meditating, visualize you're meditating. See it happening. And see it happening for real. I mean, see yourself really going out there, visiting houses and outer body experience. Visualize the whole thing and do that every night. I swear to you, you are eventually going to be meditating. The next is to know that meditation is not always Om. It's not. My husband meditates. He doesn't know he meditates, but he meditates because he plays video games. And that may sound to you like, what the hell is she talking about? Now, I'm not talking about the kind of video game where you got to run around and concentrate and shoot and kill and jump and fly, and I'm not talking about that type of video game. But my husband plays a game called Civ 5. It's very repetitious. It's very slow moving. You get a turn and all the other people get a turn. Not people, but states. It's a conquering lands type game. But the point is, it's slow moving. It's not a fast game where you're playing online with a bunch of real people. You're all by yourself. You're playing this game. It's very slow moving. You know what the next move is. You're anticipating the move of that country. It's meditative. Whether he realizes he's meditating or not, he's focusing on one thing, and he's conquering And I don't know how to explain it, but when you can concentrate on one thing and only that one thing, whether it be nothing or one thing, you are meditating. And if you can take that practice into the actual act of sitting down and trying to do just that, focus or let go, you will become in the habit of doing it. And I sometimes think people who play nice, slow, mellow video games have an advantage to those who don't, because they already know how to focus. They already know how to just sit and drone on with something. So, so understand that meditation is not always Om. There's walking meditations. Many people find it easier to meditate when they're walking, to let the mind go and just wander down the street. That's not Om. That's not sitting on a cushion with your legs in a certain position and your back aching. And, there are many types of meditation. Some people will just sit and listen to music for hours on end and do nothing. That's a meditative state. So understand that you may be meditating and not even realizing it. So pay attention to those things you do that take very little effort and very little focus and very little effort, and yet relax you immensely and bring you to this place of bliss. Pay attention to that, because that is also meditating. And last but not least, I wanted to say, for those of you who have a lot of trouble, and you know who I'm talking to, Tina, for those of you who have a lot of trouble focusing and meditating, go to YouTube. That's what YouTube is here for, is for us to utilize, learn from, and so on and so forth. And there are millions, and I do mean millions. I don't mean hundreds. I mean millions of guided meditations. And maybe you just need to hear someone else take you through the meditation for a while. Maybe that's the practice you need. And so what happens on a guided meditation is, there is a speaker, and they will give you a scenario to see. You are walking along a creek. You find a nice spot. You take a seat. As you take a seat, you're very aware of everything going on around you, and yet you're not aware of it at the same time. You are part of it. This is a guided meditation, and they are excellent for getting you in the groove of meditating. So if nothing else works, Missy, try guided meditations. They're free. They're free, and some are only 5 minutes, some are 15, some are 45. It just depends. You can find one that works for you, or 2 or 5 or 10 that work for you, and do that on a daily basis. Get into the practice of doing that, because meditating is extremely important when you want to connect. You want to connect with the spirit world. You want to connect with your guides. You want to connect with your deity. Meditation is extremely important. Visualization is extremely important when you want to be in that type of situation where you're interacting and having a rapport with, and so on and so forth. Because hedge riding, after all, is just deep. That was weird. Hedge riding, after all, is just deep meditation and connection. And you need that. You need that silence. You need that letting go to venture outside your body and actual experience. So I hope this helps. I really do hope it helps, because I have more than one friend who has trouble, but I have one friend who has never, not once, been able to meditate. So I'm hoping this helps her. I hope she sees it. I love you guys. You're all divine, sacred beings of light and love. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever forget it. I'll talk to you very soon. Have a good night. Bye.